Hey everybody, welcome to Lady Tarot 911. How are you? It is 7/7, and what better day to come and say hi to my crew and tell you that I've missed you and that I'm glad to be here on my birthday. So today is my birthday and I wanted to spend it with you. So I hope that you are having a wonderful summer and that you guys all had a great Independence Day, 4th of July. For those of you that are in the States, it was spectacular here with the nonstop fireworks. I think that people just maybe justified for themselves. Well, because it's a commemorative, 250 years, I think we'll get twice as many fireworks because they were going off for hours here. I don't know about you, till like 1 in the morning and shaking my place. Nala usually is great with fireworks, but she was not having it. She was like, "Y'all better be done about yesterday." So yeah, it was a good time though. We celebrate my birthday on the 4th of July, so it was a nice time. I hope that you guys all got to enjoy your family and friends on the 4th, and I am so happy to be here to help guide you and see what the current energy is. We're gonna shoot for a love reading. To kind of see what is happening in your love life. If that's the message that comes out in regards to love, then great. I have already Palo Santo'd, so we are good to go. All right, so just give me a minute to get whatever messages I need to get for you. What messages do you have for the collective? What messages did you bring me here for the collective in regards to the person on their mind, the for their love life or for their relationships? Okay, at the bottom of the deck, isolation. Somebody in hermit mode, contemplating. Okay, getting out of your comfort zone. So there's an adventure coming your way. I'm hearing lucky chance. Oh yeah, look, horseshoe, right? Magnetic luck, attracting things in life, manifesting, attraction to someone or something. Now this dice on it has 3 6s, a 2 and a 4 and a 5. If you look up 666, that might give you a message in regards to this read. Cleaning up and decluttering your mind in regards to, okay, so as you have been in hermit mode or your person has been in hermit mode, there's a time right now to move out of your comfort zone. Neptune went retrograde in Aries starting today, which is about like illusions being wiped away. And then Venus goes into Virgo on Thursday, and this is about attention, like getting your attention. Something's going to get your attention. July is the month that there possibly could be global transits and shifts, big global shifts potentially because of something called Barbeau's basket, which Barbeau was a French astrologer who predicted the Berlin Wall when that was uh, when that came down. Also predicted the pandemic, and he's also predicted in July 2026, which we are in now, the alignment with all the outer planets. They're all going to be in alignment, kind of that form of basket. And with that comes a global shift or collective shift somehow that we're not aware of. But something is going to change. I don't know whether that's financial or, what that is as us in our society or in the world. But July is the turning point, the you know, the moment in which the month is all about change. So the moment, sometime in July, is about change personally, and change globally. So just be aware of that. And it looks like in hermit mode or in this time period that you've had to possibly spend, um, in the past, there's been like an attraction to something and wanting to do something. Your person has wanted to do something or you have wanted to do something, take a risk, take a leap of faith, almost like the fool, go out and adventure, but there has been something that has been stopping them, something that is been blocking them, getting in the way, and there's this continuous like isolation of these thoughts or of whatever is getting in the way. It's isolated where it's not seen, but coming up, there's going to be a change where these situations are going to be simplified in their life or your life, or decluttered, or with the illusions that are coming to, like I mentioned, illusions being wiped away, and we're talking, or swept away, right, with the broom. Okay, so show me, let's pull some tarot on this. What message can I give my viewers that are here in regards to the person on their mind? What's the message for the person on my viewer's mind at this time in regards to taking risks and this change in July? Okay, I'm going to put this up over there. All right. What can I channel? Okay. Queen of Pentacles and Page of Swords, learning about, some type of job, work, a lot of thought about your career. It could be maybe a side hustle or self-employment. There are a lot of people that I have been reading about. Oh, shoot. I want my microphone. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Well, my goodness. Okay. So, can you hear me? Sorry about that. It's magnetic, and I just blew it off. That. My other one is clip on. This one, I got a new one, like I was telling you guys before, and this one is magnetic. Okay, so, there is a spying energy here. Some type of like success, yes, in business. Maybe there is this reaching of one's goals, but it has almost wiped you out or wiped your person out to try and get to this spot. There could be a spying on a Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. Death card. King of Wands energy. So we have Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, Scorpionic, Aries, Capricorn, Virgo, and Gemini energy. What's at the head of the matter? Oh, conflict, Five of Wands. Some type of conflict about, it could be somebody knows that there is an ending of a situation, maybe with a Queen of Pentacles energy. What is this about? Wow, hold on. Oh, geez. Okay, so two kings and a queen. Maybe there could be a couple here, or a couples, two couples. We've got the lovers making a choice. Somebody is going to be making a choice regarding maybe a Queen of Pentacles and becoming, like, there's a mature energy that is, it seems like there's a King of Cups energy that is wising up about a Queen of Pentacles energy. And there's a decision that's going to be made, or that is currently in the process of being made through this conflict and this clash of egos. What is this conflict about? So you or your person is making a decision. There's been a lot of work on this relationship, or maybe in this job. Somebody's spying on somebody else, but this is coming to an end, like a full stop. And, new beginning is starting for somebody with this Ace of Pentacles right after the Death card, a prosperous new beginning. So somebody could be getting a new job, or there's just this time period of change, like we talked about, right? Change up of a situation, cleaning up maybe a situation. What is this Five of Wands? What's the situation that this is speaking about? So having the courage to confront your blind spot and turn them into strength. So what's the blind spot? Obsession, addictions, potentially. There's a devil energy here. Could be shadow. somebody's not facing something. Why is the devil here? What's the devil about? What is this devil about? Some type of attachment to something or somebody that spirit world is trying to let you know that they're supporting you at this time, and prosperity. So again, so money is on the way, and Ace of Pentacles. So this tells me that I'm getting that there was this obsession with potentially going a certain direction, and there were promises made or contracts that were made, whether they were agreements, decisions in, the people that were involved, the direction that somebody was going. Somebody took a risk, a leap of faith. They were blinded, but they just trusted, and they went for a situation. It could have been a new job. It could have been a relocation. It could have been somebody in a different area. They went towards this Queen of Pentacle energy. So this could be another person. And it's ending up in a Three of Swords, heartbreak. It didn't work out the way that they expected it to work out. Now, this could have been because of attachments, because of addictions, because of devil energy, maybe bad intentions towards one another. But there was this attraction to going this direction. And somebody really looked at it and watched and spied and knew that, and suggested for this king energy, potentially the masculine energy, this King of Wands energy, to make a change or make a move. And this person, your person, or this could be you, took a leap of faith blindly. But it was everything happens for a reason. And there was a reason. And it's with this devil here, it could be karmic contracts in regards to somebody being put in a position where now there has to be a choice, or there was a choice, or there's an upcoming choice in regards to the situation that didn't end up the way that they thought. And now there's an ending. So what is this? Tell me why the Death card's here. Why is the Death card here? So your person at this time, there's conflicts and arguments about the fact that potentially they feel like they were put in a bad position, or that what they thought was promised or was going to come about didn't happen. So new beginning, the wheel is about coming full circle. Luck is about to change. What did I just tell you about July, right? So there is change, right? This is subconscious in an ending of this last cycle, or this karmic cycle. There is going to be stepping into a new cycle, and the luck that maybe somebody who I'm hearing down on your luck felt like they had is going to be changing, as long as they are learning these lessons, because Saturn's coming in to test us, right? This Venus in Virgo could be bringing attention to whatever this lesson was. The Neptune in Aries is a lot about reflection of, have you done the work? Have you looked at the shadow? Have you looked at cultural beliefs? What do you believe about money or relationships, or what are the things that you've learned about those parts of your life? Have you, Neptune is very much about creation and creativity and outside the box. So have you seen that there's more to situations? Have you seen that, things are not just black and white, that it's a real reflection on those parts of your life that you've been stuck and stagnant on, that you're getting reflection on, or the movements that you made, were those in your best interest, or were those impulsive decisions that should be learned from, the lessons learned from karmic cycles, karmic lessons, and, learn from and not repeated. So there's Cancer energy with the wheel. So luck is turning in regards to potential emotions, or within the home. This could be somebody who potentially is dealing with Cancer energy, or a Cancer, has significant Cancer in their chart. We have a lot of transits happening in Cancer, and we are in the Cancer season. So there's a turn of the tides I'm hearing. Potentially, when we're talking about Neptune in Aries, illusions going away, there could have been somebody who didn't share their feelings about a situation or somebody, and that is going to be changing. You might be getting, somebody expressing how they're feeling, or, bringing to the forefront truths about their situation, or maybe what happened between you guys. Tell me about this, Lovers. So fiery passion, okay, Taurus. So there's a choice. This is interesting. So this choice that was being placed in front of your person, or will be placed in front of your person or you, is about, do you follow the path? Have you learned the lessons? Do you follow the path of what you thought when it came to, a choice of material 3D, or do you follow the creativity, like I was talking about Neptune going retrograde in Aries? Have you reached a point where you have complete passion for the direction that you went? And this is giving you, kind of like a last chance choice of which direction to go. Do you want to continue to live in the surface level 3D of materialistic and pinnacles, which ultimately brings you to a point that, in a prior read that I did, it was about not being satisfied or fulfilled with reaching that goal. If that goal was to get 10 of Pentacles and somebody reached that goal, there's still some type of illusion, or maybe training or teaching of when they were younger, and being told maybe by parents or grandparents that, and having this mindset that money was the ultimate reward of, and ultimate happiness. Once that was achieved, once that was reached, there you would finally fill that void, fill that desire or ache or emptiness within you. And once you reach that, then you wouldn't have that longing, that the great desires any longer, because you reached that point and it filled that hole, that void. So not true. And everybody who reaches that at some point figures that out and finds that out. Either they've worked themselves to the bone and can't enjoy their prized possessions, their toys, or life becomes lonely. People use them. There's just not a relating to the majority of society. People can't relate. If somebody wins the lottery, you hear a lot about lottery winners who end up going bankrupt, or who get into trouble. And, it's just this unmatched potential that is reached that causes such an illusion, and it's disappointing. It's heartbreaking. It's, maybe a relationship that somebody thought was going to go the distance didn't happen. Maybe, it could be, I've also got Gemini and Taurus energy here as well. There was this obsession with putting the work in, going the direction of the money, the job, the career. It could be not just with money, but just power. And somebody thought that, this could be your person, thought that in going this direction, or getting in this relationship, or being with this person, or being associated with this person, having this job, relocating, this was going to bring them that void, that whatever it was, if it was a feeling of lack, whether it was insecurity, whether they never felt good enough, and they thought that this was going to make them feel good enough, that they were going to finally be able to hold their head high. In reality, it ended up, exhausting them, causing isolation and problems, messes to clean up, toxicity, obsessions. There were blind spots, spying energy, conflicts and fights, other choices that had to be made. A lot of lessons, a lot of karmic debt that piled up and began coming due. And this was through a direction that somebody potentially made with their ego. And Saturn is coming in to say, okay, well, have we learned from that? Have you let go of, it's almost like an ego death, finding out that the direction that they thought was the best choice, they thought they were doing the best thing for them, was actually only doing what their ego wanted. And there is a huge shift right now regarding the decision on keeping with careers, potentially making, a lot of money, or the change up of that, allowing the universe to guide you or your person to something that they're passionate and creative nature want, a direction that they want them to go, which in the end, the creativity, the being able to design something or create something or, have something that you have worked from the ground up and seen the rewards, not worked for somebody, not worked to please somebody else or for validation or to, fill a void that, thinking that that was going to fill the, confidence void or, not for those reasons, but for the reasons because it's truly something that they desire, that they get to use their own skills and show off their own skills of creating, that's where those voids get filled with satisfaction and with, gratitude for the opportunities and the reflection of hard work and the just that ultimate proud moment, pride, the swelling of pride, knowing that you are the one who created it, who did it, who accomplished it, who built it, and you did it with ultimate faith and being guided by universe versus, taking off and making decisions, blind decisions based on ego and what was going to serve the ego's purpose of feeling better, feeling good, filling voids that they thought that would be filled going this direction, and it's now ended up in heartbreak or sadness or disappointment or anger and conflicts and fights and not what they always say. Don't have expectations, right? I have learned that I'm pretty neutral about everything in my life now. I'm very stoic about most things, and I find that without those, and I've talked about it before in my videos about the highs and lows, that net zero point. And I teach it to my kids and I teach it to anybody who will listen, who maybe wants to know how to avoid. Sure, you're not going to have those huge highs and the adrenaline junkie, adrenaline rushes and those impulsive blind, movements of spontaneous, you're not going to have the gratification of that. But in life with the polar opposites, thus you won't have the low lows either because you had the high highs. You won't have the tower moments or the depression or the sadness and disappointment. If you remain at that 0 point and remain neutral, whatever happens, happens. I'm letting, God, divine, universe guide me where I need to go and I will follow, not resisting, just knowing that there is a higher viewpoint of either your higher self or of God that can see the whole picture versus you at ground level. And I just was having this conversation with my daughter, my older daughter, this past week, and really stressing the need to remain neutral about all things. It keeps you out of anger. It keeps you out of these conflicts. It keeps you out of, taking risks and then losing. It allows you to just, when you go with the flow, and especially in July, this is going to be really important. When you go with the flow, it's going to help control any type of emotional, outrages or fights with others or, sadness and disappointments, moments of like, depression or anxiety and panic. And if you can get to that point where you don't let things get to you, it doesn't matter what people say or do, you have to have that internal knowing that you're taken care of by divine, by God, and flowing on that river. It allows you just pure peace. And that in itself is an abundance and prosperous beginning, new beginning. Allow things to be as they are because they are, so that there are the lessons to learn how to be that way that come from that, if that makes any sense. It's all connected. So it looks like your person is currently within, like this section of my read. It looks like there is an inner reflection of maybe what went wrong or how the expectation wasn't met, the thoughts of where they would be plummeted, the relationship that they thought they'd be in, or the job, the situation. It could be a business relationship. didn't work the way that they thought it was going to. There was an expectation that wasn't met. There was a bar that either wasn't reached or it was reached, but the feeling or that void that they thought would be filled by reaching it wasn't met. It wasn't filled. It didn't do the trick. It didn't make them feel better. And this could be you as well. There's a decision that's going to bring some heartbreak, potentially in July. Finding out about some type of grief or betrayal or something about this leap of faith that they took, or having to make a choice and making that choice and somebody feeling the effects of that. But this is promising twice that out of that decision, especially decisions about doing it differently than it was done this last time, that in itself brings this prosperous, new, exciting beginning, being able to start all over again, getting a second chance. You are getting a second chance to make something right or do something a different way if you have learned the lessons of this blind impulsive jump. That's why we have the Neptune in retrograde, is to do a little inner reflection about maybe past decisions, either in relationships or, with money or with yourself or with addictions or coping or the way you've handled something. I mean, it could be anything, choices. There was a mess that was created for sure. And, but what is that saying? I don't know. I can kind of see that saying something about like out of the disaster, basically the beauty after a disaster, like what you can see, the clearing once it clears. The beauty that comes from that is the aha moments or the lessons or the got it, I won't be doing that again, or shouldn't have done that, won't happen again, or I need to clean up the mess, unfinished business, I need to make things right, I need to fix the situation that was created. And I think that that's what your person or you are doing at this time, and it's leading to a prosperous new beginning. So there is hope. There's always hope and light at the end of the tunnel. Let me get one advice card for you if this is your person that's dealing with it and it affects you. You know about this, or you just you're intuitive enough to understand what's happening. What is your advice? If this wasn't you and this was your person, how you can support yourself and them energetically. If this is if this is you or this is your person, the advice of where to go from here, what to do, or how to manage or handle this. Walking the path. 58 card is 13 for stability and structure. No matter where you are right now, you are exactly where you need to be for the next best thing to happen. And isn't that what I was saying? This is all happening for a reason. So that's part of the flow. Accept where it is you're at. You can't change what brought you here. Your person can't change this. But what you can do is open your eyes and make better choices, make more neutral advances, allowing something that has a higher viewpoint of the overall picture to guide versus ego. We need to shut the ego down a lot of the time. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking. So maybe it's something about expressing emotions or expressing feelings or standing up for yourself or your person doing that as well. But you're on the right path and everything happens for a reason. So, don't sit in regret. I've said before, there shouldn't have ever been the word regret created, because everything that happens for a reason. If it's not advancement or ascension, then it is reflection and evaluation and learning from that, so that it's a stepping stone to step on and be able to use that wisdom to ascend and grow, right? And to be an inspiration for others to grow as well. So guys, I am so happy to be here, and I send my love, and I will see you on the next video. Happy July. See ya. Bye.